Okay, the recording has started. So, good morning. Happy to see everyone who's on. Again, we have people from all kinds of places joining in. We've got Chicago, California, Mexico, Arizona, all kinds of places joining in here. All right. And if people join if I see people pop into the waiting room, I'm going to add them as we go, but I'll also try to mute them so that it doesn't interrupt anything as we go. So it'll be the same format pretty much as yesterday, where we'll have this little introduction about what we're going to do today, and then we'll go into our meditation time, and then we'll have some time afterwards to connect with one another, check in, ask questions, see how things are going. So that's how we're going to go about our practice today. And I know that we have people on with us of all different levels of experience with breathing practices and meditation. We have some who are absolute beginners, and we have some who are intermediate, and some who are advanced, which is perfect and great because we're all here together. So I'm going to try to give a variety of options. So if you know some of the practices that I mentioned, feel free to practice them, but I'm going to talk us through some of the simpler ones also, so that everyone can participate in some of the breathing practices that we're going to do. But I'd like to start off with, there's a poem, and some of you who've been in class with me before have more than likely heard me, because it's one of my favorites. But it's by the poet Mary Oliver, who passed away last year. She was an American poet, and a lot of her poetry was on nature and connection and spirituality. And this one by Mary Oliver is called Why I Wake Early. Okay. It says, "Hello, sun in my face. Hello, you who make the morning and spread it over the fields and into the faces of the tulips and the nodding morning glories, and into the windows of even the miserable and the crotchety. Best preacher that ever was, dear star that just happens to be where you are in the universe, to keep us from ever darkness, to ease us with warm touching, to hold us in the great hands of light. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Watch now how I start the day in happiness, in kindness." And that's what I've been trying to concentrate on over these last couple of weeks, is how I start my day, because it absolutely affects how the rest of my day goes, usually. So I've been trying to wake up and greet the sun with gratitude to start my day. Otherwise, I can be pulled into a rabbit hole of bad news pretty quickly. So it's one of the techniques I like to use. All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about this morning, since part of this time is learning how to manage our anxiety, our fears, what we're going through at this time, and to create more of a connection with one another. One of the great things is that we most of the time have to create a connection with ourselves before we can create a connection with other people. And it's what keeps us going along pretty strong. So there's a person I studied with, his name is John Kenyon, and he's a nonviolent communication educator. And I took a workshop with him on conflict resiliency. And one of the big things I took away from this training was paying attention to our feelings and what's going on in the moment. And that usually we have the words to say, I'm mad or I'm sad, right? We have those larger categories of what's going on. But sometimes we don't have the words to say, actually, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. That's very different from mad or sad, right? And so before I learned this technique, I would recognize that I was having a certain feeling, but I didn't know what to do with it or how to manage it or what was going on. So one of the things that we went through in this training is that behind every feeling that we have going on, there's a need. And that's a need that's being met or not being met. So if I'm feeling overwhelmed, maybe my need for support isn't being met. So how can I take care of meeting that need, which then takes care of the feeling, right? And then I'm not feeling overwhelmed anymore because I've taken care of the need for support. So that's one of the big things that we can think about as we go through our day, is when we notice a feeling is coming up for us, we can sit with it for a moment and say, okay, I'm feeling some anxiety right now. What is happening? What need is not being met that I'm feeling that anxiety? And maybe for anxiety, the need is that I need to create a sense of safety for myself. So if I go and do that, if I take care of that, then I take care of the feeling and I can move past it and on to the next thing that I'm going for. So I don't know, I'll try to upload this and send it in a file, but there's a whole sheet of feelings. There's a big category and a whole bunch of feelings on one side. And then on the other side of the sheet, there's universal human needs. And it shows all kinds of needs that we have all throughout the day. So one side is feelings and the other side is needs. And it can help us figure out what's really going on and how can we take care of those needs to take care of our feelings instead of just pushing those feelings aside. Okay? So we're going to work on that a little bit. And I will remember to upload that later. All right. So now we'll get started and get into our meditation time. So number one is your seat. Find a comfortable seat. Any way you can sit where you can be absolutely comfortable. Doesn't matter if you're in a chair, on the floor, on a cushion, just get comfortable. So I'll give us a couple of minutes to find a seat. Okay, looks like everyone is settling in. And we'll practice a little bit of pratyahara. So pratyahara, I'll use a couple of Sanskrit words, but I'll try to remember to translate. So pratyahara, if we break down the word, prati means away from, and ahara means food. And we consider food anything that we take in through our senses: sight, sound, touch, smell, hearing. So that's food, anything that we take in through our senses. So pratyahara, away from food, is we're going away from our senses and we're drawing everything into the center, everything just to what's going on right here in the moment with ourselves. So we'll practice a form of pratyahara right now, which will help us prepare for breathing exercises and meditation. So in your comfortable seat, you can choose to have your eyes open or closed, whichever is most comfortable for you. And we'll start by concentrating on any noise you can hear far away from you. It might be outside on the street, traffic, birds, anything you can hear that is far away from you. Concentrate on those noises. And then draw your attention a little closer anything you can hear that might be right outside of the room that you're in. Your concentration comes a little closer. Any sound that's right outside of where you are. And then drawing it in a little bit closer. Any sound that might be in the room with you. If you can hear a clock ticking, any sound that might be right there in the room with you. And then draw your attention even closer. Can you hear your breath? Can you hear your heartbeat? Can you hear anything in your body? And trying to keep your attention close to that center for the rest of the practice. Seeing if we can shut out anything that is any farther away than your own body. And now we'll concentrate on our breathing. At first, we don't have to do anything different. Just follow your breath in through the nose. Feel the ribs expand, the lungs expand. And follow your breath out. Follow the breath in and follow it out. There are 3 foundational breaths that we use for our breathing practices, our pranayama practices. The first one is called a chest breath. In the chest breath, when we inhale, we feel our chest rise and expand, the ribs expand. And on the exhale, the ribs relax. So we'll practice a chest breath. On the inhale, the rib cage expands, everything else stays fairly still. On the exhale, everything relaxes. So we'll take 3 more chest breaths. The inhale, the chest expands. The exhale, it relaxes. After your 3rd breath, allow your breathing to return back to its natural state. And now we'll move on to the abdominal breath, the belly breath. If you'd like to place a hand on your belly, you can do that if it's helpful. So in this breath, the chest stays relatively still. And as you inhale, imagine that you're blowing a balloon in your belly up. And on the exhale, you deflate that balloon and draw your navel back towards your spine. Inhale, your belly grows. Exhale, belly comes back in. The chest stays relatively still. We're working with the abdomen here. So take a couple more belly breaths. The inhale, the belly expands. The exhale, the belly draws back in. And then allow your breathing to return back to its natural state where you don't think about it, it just happens. And now we'll combine the chest breath and the belly breath into what we call a full yogic breath. So on this breath, when we begin our inhale, we begin with the abdomen. The inhale, the abdomen expands. And as we continue the inhale, the abdomen draws in and the chest expands. And then everything relaxes on the exhale. Inhale, belly expands first, and then draw it up into the chest. Exhale, everything relaxes. On the inhale, belly expands first, and then it moves up into the chest. Exhale, everything relaxes. Take 2 more full yogic breaths on your own. And then allow your breathing to return back to its natural state. Relaxed breathing. And we'll practice a breath called Nadi Shodhan, or alternate nostril breathing. I'll talk us through it. If you already know this breath, you go ahead and practice it. But I'm going to talk us through for those who don't know it. So if you're not familiar with Nadi Shodhan, we're going to start off by blocking our right nostril with our thumb. And then we take a full yogic breath inhale through the left nostril. Abdomen expands, draws up into the chest. At the top, we block the left nostril and exhale out the right nostril. And then it's a full yogic breath inhale through the right, abdomen, chest. And then we block the right nostril and exhale out the left. The end of the exhale, full yogic breath inhale through the left. Block the left, exhale out the right. Full yogic breath inhale through the right. Top of the inhale, block the right, exhale out the left. We'll do 2 more. Inhale left, full yogic breath. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right, full yogic breath. Block the right, exhale left. Inhale, full yogic breath on the left. Block the left, exhale right. Full yogic inhale right. Block the right, exhale left. When you've completed your exhale, you can relax your arm. Allow your breathing to return back to its natural state. And now we'll move into our meditation. If you'd like to take any little adjustment to your seat, anything that's going to make you comfortable for the next few moments. Today's meditation is again a guided meditation, and it's called The Light of the Self. So once you have your comfortable seat, Bring your attention back to your breath. You don't have to do anything special with it. Just follow it in and follow it out. And now bring your attention to your heart. And imagine there in the center of your heart a single flame. We call it the light of the self, that flame in the heart. And that light is strong, steady, peaceful, and always there for you to call on. With every inhale, think about growing that light beyond your heart. With the exhale, you can imagine letting go of anything you do not need right now. Every inhale grows the light, spreading it throughout your body. Each exhale can let go just a little bit more. Every inhale grows the light until it reaches the edges of your body, and your whole body is filled with light. And once your whole body is filled with light, imagine on the next inhale that it spills out around you so that you're surrounded by that light. And remember that light is strong, steady, and peaceful. So you're surrounded, almost as if you've created a shield around yourself of strong, steady, peaceful light. Take a few moments and rest in that light. You've created a shield. You're safe and comfortable. Rest in that space. If you find your mind wandering, just gently let that go and bring it back to that feeling of being surrounded by a strong, steady, peaceful light. If your mind is drawn away, gently bring it back to rest in that light. Resting your mind in that strong, steady, peaceful light that surrounds you. And now, with every inhale, think of drawing that light back inside your body. The exhale can allow a little bit of light out into the world if you choose. Every inhale draws it in closer. Every inhale draws it closer to the center. Drawing it in until once again, it's a single flame in the center of your heart. It's strong, steady, peaceful, and always there for you. At any time, you can call on this light and surround yourself with the strong, steady, peaceful light of the self. Now bring your attention back to your breath. Follow it in and follow it out. And allow your breath to bring your awareness back to your body. Imagine with the inhale that you're drawing in bits of energy, and that exhale spreads that energy to different parts of your body. The energy might go to your fingers first, and you start small movements there. And then it might go to your toes. And as you breathe and draw in more energy, your awareness comes back. Maybe a larger stretch of the arms, maybe a yawn. Anything that brings you back to your body, back to the present moment. When you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can gently bring them open, blink them gently open. And take just another moment with your breath Follow it in and follow it out. A moment of gratitude for this time that you've allowed to connect to yourself, to create a space of safety and comfort. And then as we're ready and as we're all back to the present moment, back to the room, we can talk about our time together if you'd like. Now is the time to ask questions if you have any questions. So we can do it one of several ways. We have a chat feature on here. So if you have a question, you can type it into the chat, or you can just raise up your hand and then we can unmute one at a time so everybody can hear what different people have to say. If you don't have your video on and I can't see you, then chat would work for you. So does anybody have anything they'd like to share? It doesn't have to be a question. You could absolutely just share how you're doing. Okay, I see Andrea. Let me unmute you there. You got it. All right, go ahead.
Hi. I just
Hi.
wanted to thank you for leading it with the Pratyahara, because I have my baby. She's wide awake. So it was great. It was a great meditation. So thank you very much. I am going to let you go now because she wants her boob. So thank you.
Excellent. Take care of that.
I'll see you tonight.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks,
Bye.
Andrea.
Okay, babies.
Okay, she had to go feed her baby, so she's off and running or sitting. All right, anybody else have a question, or if not a question, just something they'd like to share? How are you doing today? Every day is a different day, and how's everybody doing? Yeah, go ahead. Let me unmute you here. Let's see. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I want to give you the thanks. I need us to be by myself and take this moment to relax and be with me, because I have been kind of nervous, and this helped me to relax. Thank you so much.
Good, I'm glad. You're welcome. Thank you for coming and joining us. And please, anytime we're having this session, feel free to come and join us.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna upload this recording to the YouTube channel. And so anytime you can go on and use it and listen to it if you want to.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yesterday I had people type their email into the chat, and then I send out an email link. So if you want to share your email with me, you can type it into the chat there, and then I'll have it and I'll add you to the list.
Okay, let me see. This is the first time that I'm using this.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. Chat. Okay. Good.
And I'm going to mute you again just for a moment, okay?
Okay. Yes.
And then I see Samya, wonderful practice. Thanks for leading. You are welcome, Samya. I'm so happy that you came and joined us. Okay. Yeah. Dana, did you have a question, or are you just waving your finger in front of the... Did you just...
I'm just waving I was typing, but thank you so much for leading the class.
You're welcome.
I think this time is a test for really surrender to whatever is happening, and instead of being worried and in constant like stress or anxiety, maybe change our view and see everything with hope and be united and take care of ourselves too. So thank you for leading the class.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Mhm.
All right, and I see Gabby waving. I'm gonna unmute Gabby there. All right, Gabby.
Hi, honey. How you doing today?
Good, good. How are you?
Very well. Very touched. This touched my soul this morning, especially uh, knowing that I mean that I see you, that I share this today with amazing people, and that I know that there's family here with me, that we're unable to hug each other. I see my cousin's wife, and then previously my cousin Regina, who's actually in Castro Valley. She was the one that just spoke previous to the lady that just spoke with you. And I'm beyond grateful. It was hard for me due to, it was a wonderful reminder of what I should be doing every day. Because with you and Madonna, we did this every morning, and I was keeping my practice, but life happens and we get busy and we forget. And I I think that one of the things is we're always complaining about how busy we are, how we never have time to do anything. And in retrospective, we should allow us to use this time to take care of ourselves, to nurture ourselves, which is something we don't do. I'm looking forward to see you this evening, and I hope that my daughter can join us. She was wanted to do it this morning, but I'm sure she's sleeping. But anyway, but I'm looking
Well, I
forward to
hope.
see her this evening.
Excellent.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
I'm so happy that we're able to connect this way, all of us, that we can stay connected even though we have to keep some distance between us, and people are doing their best to do what they can to support one another through this time. So I'm super grateful that you're willing to come and be here and connect with everyone still. That's absolutely important.
Thank you so much. It was a little hard for me to go back. The external stuff kind of calls you, so it's kind of like uh, going back and forth. But I think that I'll do better next time, concentrating on myself and letting go.
It's
Thank
such a
you.
practice. That dog barking in the background had me pulling out all the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Anyone else have anything they'd like to share this morning? Or all right, Anna, let me unmute you. All right, there you go.
That was beautiful, and thank you. I've had a lot of Vata energy, a lot of nervousness and things like that, anxiousness, and I'm always cold. I've been like always shivering, wearing sweaters, my robe in the house, and during meditation, with the whole light, and I just felt my body just like it just warmed up, like someone just put a blanket on me. It was beautiful. It was what I needed. And I think as Gabby said, we all say we don't have time. We don't have time to do this, but I think we're all realizing how important family time is and how important just staying connected. I think we're probably now in today's world, we're probably more connected than we were before, since with social media and we have nothing else to do but to FaceTime people or whatnot. And I think I find myself talking more to my family and friends through the social media than before. So I'm really noticing the difference with myself, and I feel more compassionate. I feel more love and more compassion for myself and for others.
Fabulous. Thank you for sharing that. I think so too, that I've noticed people are communicating more now and making the effort to connect with people more now than before. Before, I feel like, speaking for myself, I was just kind of going about my life, going about my business, doing, and now I'm like, no, I need to reach out. I need to connect. And so I think that's happening, is we're making more of an effort now to connect, because for me personally, I was just taking it for granted that I could at any time see whoever I wanted to, and just go about. So this is I just absolutely love that we're still making an effort here and joining in. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and then Naina, let me unmute you real quick. Okay, hi.
Hi, I just want to thank you. That was beautiful. And I'm really enjoying this medium that we have available to us right now. And I just wanted to share that one thing I've noticed that I'm finding very interesting and really wonderful is when I take walks now in my neighborhood, people are saying hi to me a lot more, and I'm saying hi back. And it's like there's more of a connection. Even though we're not coming and talking to each other, it's kind of like, yep, we're in this together. And we're, it's like a friendliness or something has happened this week.
Excellent. That's
Yeah.
all these little beautiful things that I think, you know, if we just pause and take the time to notice and appreciate that when you say that and when you say it out loud and I hear how beautiful that is, I'm like, yes, you know, more connection. So
Yeah.
thank you
And
for
just
sharing.
thank you for the beginning sharing again about our feelings and reminding us that we can take the time to ask ourselves, what do I need
Mhm.
right now? Because I think that's a skill that is just so wonderful to have and develop. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. And I will remember to scan and upload that sheet. And then I'll send it out as part of the email to everyone. So it'll be an attachment. Okay. All right. Anyone else like to share anything or ask any questions before we conclude our lovely time together today? And we'll be on again at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I'm also gonna upload this recording to the YouTube channel, and I'll send out the email so everybody gets the link for that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for coming together and joining in. It's beautiful to see everyone. And I'll talk to you all again soon. Okay, bye. Thank you. I'm going to stop the recording and then we'll be good to go.